Hello, everyone. Dan Mason here. Let's explore another issue in our current events together. So, here is my response to a supporter of a spreader of lies on Substack. Joshua said, "Does Jesus also save people from circular arguments?" Now here is my response. Joshua, so you mock with, "Does Jesus also save people from circular arguments?" I see the dodge right away. That line is not a serious question. It is an attempt to score points by sounding clever while avoiding the actual claims of the Bible. Mockery is not an argument. It is a shield that people use when they have no evidence to back up their rejection of Christ. Your main error here is the straw man. People love to say believers use circular reasoning, but they rarely stop to see that their own skepticism does the same thing. They start with the assumption that miracles cannot happen, then conclude that biblical miracles never happened. That is circular. They assume God cannot exist, then mock anyone who says he does. That is not a reason, that is a presupposition. Another fallacy you used is the ad hominem. Instead of engaging with the substance of biblical claims, the comment sneers at Christians for being circular. Attacking the person instead of the position is not proof. You are deflecting. The Bible does not teach blind circular reasoning. It points to fulfilled prophecy, eyewitness testimony, and historical events that happened in space and time. Paul in 1 Corinthians points to over 500 witnesses who saw the risen Christ. That is not circular. That is evidence. Jesus himself told the Pharisees that if they did not believe his words, they should at least believe his works. Faith is grounded in God acting in history, not in empty philosophy. Now let me flip this and push back harder. You say Jesus does not save from circular arguments. I say Jesus saves from sin, death, and hell. Which is the bigger need? You sneer at logic while ignoring eternity. That is like mocking the design of a lifeboat while you are drowning. The real question is not whether my argument pleases your sense of rhetoric. The real question is whether you are ready to meet God. And here is the deeper fight. You pretend you care about logic, but in reality, you care about autonomy. You do not want any argument, no matter how sound, that leads you to accountability before Christ. Your attack is not on reason. Your attack is on the idea of submission to God. So let me put it plainly. If you reject Jesus because you think faith is circular, then explain how your worldview avoids the same trap. Where did morality come from in a world of chance? Where did reason come from if the universe is blind chaos? Where did truth come from if there is no God of truth? That is not just circular. That is empty. So yes, Jesus saves. He saves us from sin, death, the lies of this world, and the foolish pride that hides behind wordplay. And if you are honest, you know you need that salvation more than you need another clever comment. In closing, remember, this scripture comes straight from the book of Proverbs, and it shows the tension when dealing with foolish arguments. Proverbs actually gives two back-to-back verses on this. Proverbs 26:4-5, King James Version. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. The point is clear. Sometimes you ignore a fool because engaging lowers you to their level. Other times, you answer to expose their pride and prevent them from thinking they won. Wisdom is knowing which response fits the moment. Please, like, subscribe, and leave a comment to support this channel.